everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Belle Super here, and today is a good day. Today is Sunday. It is 10:13 a.m. I woke up an hour ago, I would say. But yeah, I just been playing Bloxburg trying to get money because I am super poor. I literally have only $1,000 and my bills are $1,000. But yeah, so sorry, my voice. I'm like losing my voice for some reason. But yeah, so we're gonna go to work. I don't have a car still. So as you saw by today's title, we are going to be talking about dyslexia. So I just was playing with my friend History, my old editor, about, like, she was pronouncing some, like, words that I couldn't understand. I was like, what? And I was like, it's probably because I have dyslexia. And she's like, what's dyslexia? I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna make a video about that. So here we are making a video. But yeah, so some of you guys might know what dyslexia is, some of you guys might not. You pronounce it dyslexia, you spell it like that. That's how you spell it if you wanted to know. So if I ever say that in a game, like I have dyslexia, you know how to pronounce it, because a lot of people are like, how do you even pronounce that? I'm like, well, I'll show you. And a lot of people are so confused, like, how do you know how to spell it? Well, one thing, I have a microphone, and I do know how to spell it without my microphone, so yeah. But you know, with dyslexia, there's several different cases. So this is something that you get diagnosed with, obviously. You go to a doctor. I was diagnosed in first grade, I think. So like when you're oh my gosh, when you're supposed to read. So okay, so last year I actually did a like, we had to do a project in school of all the stuff we were diagnosed with. And we were not, it was like a slideshow, but we were not presenting it in front of the class because that would be inappropriate. The teacher would probably get fired for that. So, yeah, we read our IEPs. If you don't know what IEP is, what does it stand for? IEP. I don't know what it stands for, but I know an IEP is like where it has all your information and it gets you out of doing things. Like if you have anxiety, it gets you out of presenting in front of class. Or if you have dyslexia like me, you get to take your notes and for a test, you get to use your notes and go out of the classroom and you have like an hour or two to work on it, they give you, or a day if you need it. But yeah, so, and you guys might be thinking, bringing your notes for a test, is that cheating? Well, it basically is, but even if the answers are right in front of my face, I will get half of that test wrong. That is how dumb I am. Literally, that is dyslexia right there. Even if the answers are right in front of your face, you will still get it wrong. Trust me. I have never passed a test. And here's the thing, I never study because one of the symptoms that you can get from dyslexia is memory loss, and that's me. That's probably why I forget everybody's names. It's like, do you remember me? I'm like, no, I don't remember you, sorry. Like, if someone joins me, they're like, do you remember me? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not trying to be rude, I just don't remember you. Maybe that's why. I always wondered why I had such bad memory, and I was like, oh, that's why. Because we were learning about it last year. The class that I was in, most of them had dyslexia anyways, so we were kind of learning it together, and I was like, oh, I never knew that. It was kind of funny, but you know, and it took me those many years to figure out what dyslexia really was. I mean, I knew what it was, but you know, I didn't learn. I don't know, it's confusing. But dyslexia is a really difficult subject to explain to a lot of people because a lot of people are ignorant about it and like, you're fine. Like, one kid in I think 5th or 6th grade came up to me and was like, aren't you like old enough to read, or like aren't you smart enough or whatever? I was like, what? Like, thinking about it now, that pisses me off, but back then I was kind of shy and didn't really know what to say. That was at the private school, when I went to a private school. But yeah, but I was like, dude, that is so rude. And like, he wasn't really a bully towards me, he was just rude every once in a while, you know? But there was one girl I can think of that was a bully. She said I run funny. And it's true, I did, because I have hip dysplasia. If you don't know what that is, that's a physical disorder. I think I talked about that in a different video. It's basically where your hips are twisted at birth, and then you have to get surgery to twist them backwards. and you have to go in, twist the knee, you gotta cut into the ankle, cut into the hip, twist the knee. So basically, when I had surgery on my hip, knee, ankle, femur, tibia, on both legs, that's hip dysplasia right there. And I talked about that. So it's been exactly a year since I've had a surgery. I mean, since I haven't had a surgery. Well, basically last year I had a surgery, but let's not talk about that. This is not about hip dysplasia, but it's okay. I can't talk. Hip dysplasia, dyslexia, everything gets so confusing. But yeah, most of my disabilities are like most of the things I'm diagnosed with are mental disorders. You can't physically see them. I mean, dyslexia, you can with any mental disorder, but with hip dysplasia, you can see the knees are bent. You can see I'm in a wheelchair, you know what I mean? But with dyslexia, you can't necessarily see that if you look at them, but if you get to know them, I guess you would know that. I don't know. Does it make sense? I'm being confusing. But yeah, so with me, well, the majority of people with dyslexia is reading disabilities, spelling, math sometimes, which is usually dyscalculus, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have dyscalculus. I don't, even if I'm bad at math. I am in a math class right now that is learning, like, times and money and stuff like that, so I'm in, like, a third grade class, but I think it's easy. Like, I think it's really easy, and then the kids in the class, it, like, takes them an hour to figure out. I'm like, dude, come on. So I'm guessing they have dyscalculus. I don't know. But yeah, I am in a reading class where we just read books. It's not called language arts, it's called reading. Yeah, so my reading level is probably 4th grade, and I'm in 8th grade, so yeah, it's pretty low, but you know, that's what happens when you have dyslexia, so in your face. I don't know why I said it like that, but and this really bothers me because my grammar is spot on. Sometimes I like purposely do it wrong because everybody does it wrong. But Roblox is really frustrating because people type in the chat and you're like, what did you just say? And their grammar sucks. Like, it's terrible. I'm like, dude, I can't. If you want me to like understand what you're saying, I'm not, because it doesn't make sense at all. And I don't have a brain that can automatically fix it because I have dyslexia. Like whenever I would text my mom a message and I spelled something wrong, she'd be like, what? And she would figure out what I was saying. I can't do that. Like, I struggle so hard. And it's so annoying. But I still live my life, you know? Dyslexia has never wanted me to commit suicide, ever. It's been really frustrating living like this, but there's no cure for it either. It means you can't get fixed. Like, kind of like the coronavirus. No cure yet. That sounds so evil. Well, it's true, but like, my teacher that I absolutely hate has dyslexia still, and he's 40. There's no cure. You never get cured from it. You just live like this for the rest of your life. And people are like, I feel sorry for them. I'm like, don't, because you can't cure it. You know, it's my life. I'm gonna live like this. I'm fine with it. I've accepted it a long time ago that I have dyslexia, and this is how I'm gonna be for the rest of my life. I don't care. I've accepted it. You know? I don't have one of the cases that are so bad, like some of the kids in my class. I'm not gonna say his name, but for example, this one kid, he struggles at reading so hard, and he sits there and struggles for so long. And it's kind of sad, to be honest. You know, that kid is actually very annoying. He sniffs a lot, he's always sick, but that's probably doesn't have the coronavirus. Anyways, but yeah. We're in that server, okay. But yeah, and this is why I basically can't learn another language, is because if I don't learn English very well, how am I gonna learn another language? Oh my gosh, am I stuck? Oh my gosh. Oh, my screen wouldn't move. Okay. So I just wanted to like talk about dyslexia because, you know, I feel like I need to address it to a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that are very ignorant about it because, you know, one kid actually told me in 1st or 2nd grade, I can't remember, but they said, you're just trying to get attention. You don't want to learn. I'm like, yeah, I do want to learn. And I'm not, like, dude, people with dyslexia, it's not that they don't want to learn, it's just that it's harder for them to learn. Like, they don't get it, you know? And it takes them a little bit longer, and that's okay. It takes them just a little bit longer, you know? Everybody's different, you know? And they always have their weaknesses and their strengths, you know? Everybody's different, and that's what makes you, you know? And that's okay, you know? And if you didn't know, I'm actually diagnosed with anxiety, too. And a lot of people can fight with that, saying you're just anxious. No, it's not. Okay, this really irritates me when people say, oh, you're just anxious. No, you're not. You are not just anxious. I will tell you one thing. If every single day, like when I would go to school, every single day, I would be genuinely scared. Like, for no reason. I would just be scared. You know, that right there is anxiety. Diagnosed. I was diagnosed by a doctor. Not by myself. I was diagnosed by a doctor. I think it was 4th grade I was diagnosed with anxiety. Basically, dyslexia caused me to have anxiety. Dyslexia, like, speaking in front of, like, I got bullied for dyslexia. You know, you can't control it. You can't. You literally can't. You know? You're basically with that for the rest of your life. Just like you can't control your you can't control your breathing, but you know, you just naturally do it. No, you can't control your heartbeat. Like, you can't stop it. Well, you can, but let's not talk about that. But, you know, you can't really control it. You know, you can sort of get over it in a way, but you'll still have it, you know? You'll still struggle here and there. Like, my teacher, he's basically gotten over it, but he still has dyslexia. And he still struggles, you know? And also, dyslexia comes with sloppy handwriting, not writing on the lines correctly. And for me, my handwriting is perfect. It's beautiful. You know, that doesn't bother me. You know, most of my friends that I have terrible handwriting because of dyslexia, you know, and that's fine, you know. And once we had a substitute, it goes around the school and everybody hates her. It's true. It sounds very cruel, but everybody knows about her. I'm like, oh my gosh, her. I'm not gonna say her name. She's the worst. But she basically took the glasses off of my face and tried to read a piece of paper with my glasses. Like, dude, my glasses aren't even that bad of a prescription, you know? Like, she said, oh, it just looks like nothing, you know? Like, if people with really good vision would put my glasses on, they would see absolutely nothing. It would look exactly the same because my prescription is not that bad. But for me, if I take my glasses off, I can't see a foot away from my face. You know, it's kind of confusing. It's less glass, but, you know, it's still bad for my vision. Anyways, basically, she told my friend, aren't you writing on the lines? I want you to write on the lines. And she doesn't write on the lines because of dyslexia. Like, bro, are you kidding me? I want to slap you across the face right now. That's so rude. She can't control it. My friend, she's my really good friend. We've been friends for a very long time. It's not Emily, it's my other friend. I don't think she wants me to share her name. But she's a really good friend. She's really good, you know, I love her a lot. And we've seen each other a couple times because of COVID. But anyways, back to dyslexia talk. But yeah, so basically with why I have anxiety is because of dyslexia. It's basically social anxiety. You might be thinking, really? You talk a lot. I mean, yeah, I do talk a lot, but texting is way different than, like, being there in person. It's way different. Trust me. You know, that's why I'm so talkative. I don't know, because I have nobody to talk to, really. I mean, with my family, I'm really talkative, but, like, with people I don't really necessarily like at school, I don't talk that much. I'm very shy at school. You know, I'm very, very shy. But, you know, that's okay, too. But, yeah. I'm trying to think what else I should say. Because when I was growing up, a lot of people, like, the old school I went to, the private school, they actually tried to kick me out of the school because of dyslexia. Like, bro. And my mom told me that after I graduated. I was like, bro, I want to punch that person across the face right now. Are you kidding me? That's so disrespectful. And that principal actually has dyslexia. Like, bro, how stupid can you be? Like, honestly, that's probably why she tried to kick me out, because she's so dumb. Okay, sorry, that's a little aggressive. But yeah, so she tried to kick me out because I think the main reason was because they didn't know how to help me out. And yeah, that's when I actually left and went to the public school. That's why me and Mike weren't in the same school for a couple years, because of that. They tried to kick us out, didn't work for a year, and then finally we're like, you know, we're just gonna leave because you're disrespecting my child, and we're just gonna go. So, and that's why Mike and Josh are still in that school, which Josh actually has dyslexia, but they didn't kick him out. I don't know why. I think they tried to, but they said no, just kept him there. So, yeah, I don't know if dyslexia runs in the family, but my grandma claims she has dyslexia. Seems kind of stupid, but I don't know. She's crazy. I love her, but she's kind of crazy. She never shuts her mouth. That's one thing she never does. Oh, wow. Look at that house. Holy guacamole. That's pretty. Okay. Sorry, that person scared me. But yeah, so, and I don't know. It's kind of funny because you know how I said I might have depression? I haven't found that out yet. But so basically, dyslexia caused anxiety, and then anxiety caused depression. Like, isn't that just funny how it runs in a line like that? I mean, it's not like funny, but you know what I mean? Like, why does it have to work that way? It's so weird. But I don't know. It's kind of frustrating, you know. It, like, also, it's really annoying people say I'm sorry for you. Like, that's just really annoying. Like, you can feel sorry for me, but don't tell me. Just don't, please don't tell me, because I'm really irritated when people say that. Like, the other day I was really sad because of what happened in my household. Not gonna say what, though. Not physical abuse. Not physical. My family's not physical abusive. I mean, my brothers are, but that's besides the point. But I was really upset, and, you know, I don't know, I forgot what I was gonna say. I mean, with, like, this is funny, I don't know if I told you this, but you know how I got hacked? Obviously you know that, but I think it was exactly 2 weeks ago. That's crazy. I felt sad, you know, like, really sad, but I didn't feel really sad. Like, this is how you know you have depression, you know, is when you've been sadder. Like, being hacked is really sad and really depressing, you know, but I wasn't as sad, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain. Like when I was sad about my parents, you know, I was depressed, you know, I was depressed. And then when it comes to hacking, I was just sad. I wasn't depressed, I was just sad, you know, and I didn't feel the same way. Like, I didn't feel the same sadness, you know? It's really weird. Like, does that make sense to you? Like, you haven't felt sad until you felt depression, you know? Like, I don't know, that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. It's really confusing to explain. I should probably end this video. You know, I could talk about dyslexia for hours, probably, you know? Like, especially with anxiety and everything like that. You know, it's really frustrating because a lot of people are very ignorant about it. They're like, no, you're just anxious. I mean, if you Google the difference between diagnosed with anxiety and regular anxiety, it will explain to you. It will. Trust me, I've done it before. It's so frustrating. I bet a lot of you out there actually have anxiety and you know how it feels, you know, like, just being anxious. Like, for me, people get anxious over taking a test. Like, what the heck? That is not stressful at all. Like, bro, that makes no sense. Why are you stressed over a test? That's so stupid, you know? And people are so concerned about failing. I mean, I don't give a shit. Don't at all. I don't care at all. I don't care if I fail or not. I would rather just get it over with, you know? Like, I don't stress over the normal anxious, you know? Like, I stress going to school every single day for no reason. Like, there doesn't have to be a reason. I just am generally stressed. Like, anxious. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds really confusing, but I'm just generally anxious for no reason. I just go to school and be like, I'm worried people staring at me, And I'm not, like, insecure about how I look, I don't know why I freak out, actually. I just do. I don't know. It's really confusing to explain, but I don't know. Anyways, so I'm probably gonna end the video because it's been pretty long. I could still probably talk about it for hours, but I'm like losing my voice for some reason. But yeah, so I have really exciting videos coming up in the future. Super excited to make those videos. We still haven't moved out yet. I don't know when that's happening yet. It might be next week. It's like we're like, maybe it's gonna happen this week. Maybe it's gonna happen this week. Blah blah blah. I don't. Hopefully, it doesn't go on for like years. Just saying that. Oh, it's gonna be this week. Oh, it's gonna be this week. You know what I mean? I just want to go out. Like I don't want to live here anymore. The reason why everything's happening is because of my dad. I just want out. I don't want to live here anymore because of him. He's so rude and disrespectful. It's basically the reason why. I don't know. There was an incident that happened the other day that was very annoying. It made me cry. It really upset me. But, it is what it is. I still don't have a car, guys. I'm still so poor. Oop. Actually, I'm not that poor anymore. But still poor. Not as rich as I was. And my other account had like $300,000. What in the world? I saw that out of the corner of my eye. What in the world? Is this like a noob or something? What in the world? What the heck is that? I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I've never, who owns this house? I don't even know how to pronounce that. That's a funny house. I'm not gonna lie. Does it have a roof? Oh, it has a roof. Okay. It has a blue roof. Oh my gosh. Look at my house. And then look at that house. Kind of weird. But, okay. Anyways. Oh, they left. Because I was making fun of them. Anyways. Ooh, look at that house. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna stop talking. Anyways, guys. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, comment down below. And I will surely see you next time. Bye!